Having come from a dairy farm in North Carolina and being the oldest of 4 children, Billy Graham was able to reach over 200 million people in more than 185 countries. If you've turned on your TV or read a book or opened a newspaper or something like that, you probably would have come across some of his work. When he was young, he overcame adverse events that really helped to strengthen his religious views. When Prohibition ended, his dad made he and his sisters drink beer until they came ill, until they would throw up. He didn't want them to come across that on their own, so he introduced it to them, and this really helped Billy to shape to overcome that and not want to go out and do that. He was really set up to work and take over the dairy farm for his family, and he had went to hear an evangelist in his town and started to develop his Christian views, and really decided then that's the life that he wanted to lead. After almost being expelled from college, his professors expressed concern that he was throwing a gift away that they could see in him. So he decided to stay and finish, and he graduated from the Florida Bible Institute with a degree in theology. After that, he became an ordained minister with the Southern Baptist Convention, and also graduated from Wheaton College. He was ordained through the Southern Baptist Convention, went on to graduate in Wheaton College, and then he was a pastor in Illinois. He was only at this church for a short time, and then he started holding these gatherings where people would come and hear the word that he had to share with them. He also took over a radio program that his friend was hosting, and his friend didn't have the financial support to do it anymore, so he received the money from his church, and he was able to have this radio show on his own. He only hosted the show for a few years and then moved on and became president of Northwest Bible College, and he was the youngest person to sit as a president or a college university at that time. He went on to lead these mass gatherings after he left the church. He would have these gatherings in LA, New York City, London. He'd go to Africa and have them, and they would just put a circus tent in a street or in a parking lot, and people would come. And usually they were only scheduled for 3 weeks, and they would run from anywhere to 8 to 16 weeks just because of the number of people that were showing up. While having several other job offers from TV stations, university, churches, Graham continued to fulfill the gift that he was encouraged to use. He was offered a $5 million 5-year contract with ABC to come on and host a radio show for them and then go on and to have it on TV, but he refused it because he wanted to continue to fulfill the obligations that he had already committed to. He really transformed the way that Christianity was presented to most of the world. He founded the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, and they hosted a weekly radio program. They broadcasted TV specials in the U.S. and Canada, and they published numerous books and magazines that are still available around the world to this day. They were published in Spanish and German and English, and of course they'd be in English, but he also helped to end segregation and racial barriers while speaking at his gatherings. He went and tore ropes down that would separate the races, and he told the police there that if they didn't leave the ropes down, that he was going to leave. And so they left him down, and he helped with that. He also had Martin Luther King Jr. Join him at a conference. They never spoke together. Biography.com also said that he had bailed Martin Luther King out of jail a few times for taking a stance and protesting and stuff. So Graham spoke in several countries at key times in history, aiding in calling for peace. He was close with several presidents throughout history, and also spoke at key times in our history. He spoke at the Oklahoma City bombings after the September 11th attacks and Hurricane Katrina. Billy Graham could have just followed in his father's footsteps and been a dairy farmer that started at a very young age pursuing his career in evangelism. He received several honors. He was once called the Pope of Protestant America. He received numerous awards and honors. He was named one of the 10 most admired men in the world. I think it's through Gallup magazine, but he was honored 55 times, 49 of them consecutive. He also has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and he's the only preacher of his time to do that. He received the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation Freedom Award. He was presented the Congressional Gold Medal, which I think is the highest medal anybody can see that's not, Also, he was given the honorary Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire. So, still to this day, he's still alive. He was born in 1918. He's 96 now, and his family carries on his works, and he still continues to reach people around the world.